Brothers, he said, I'm gonna show you something you're not going to believe. Brothers, he said, I'm gonna show you something you're not going to believe. Brothers, he said, I'm gonna show you something you're not going to believe. It ruined my life. Sin after sin. Wrecked homes, drinking. It ruined my life. Sin after sin. Wrecked homes, drinking, carousing. I was coming to a no good end. I was at the mercy of the devil. Yes, I was. It ruined my life. Mercy of the devil. It ruined my life. Yes, I was. At the mercy of the devil. All right, said somebody in the back. All right, said somebody in the back. It ruined my life. Brothers, he said, it ruined my life. Brothers, he said, it ruined my life. Sin after sin. Wrecked homes, drinking, carousing. I was coming to a no good end. I was at the mercy of the devil. Yes, I was. At the mercy of the devil.
Now in this song, we're dealing with a single emotion. One that us men these days don't like to talk about. But it's in all of us. Don't be fooled. Talking about fear. And we'll do a little something like this. I'm scared of taking this long journey alone, and I'm scared of residing in an empty home, and I'm scared that my warm heart just might die in this cold ass world. The thought terrifies, that's a God, why must I endure all the hardships? So happiness is an unexpected experience. I'm only 22, yet I feel like an old man, eliminating feelings, dealing with the pad and pen in this crazy ass world with crazy ass girls and crazy people. Only get one chance to advance. There's no sequel in this game called life. At times I feel like I'm in it alone, when I'm working my fingers to the bone at a job that pays just over minimum wage. Sometimes I think I'll never ever reach the next stage. I'll plateau, but fuck it though, cause man, shut up, I know high times come with every low blow, so but I really don't know. Down deep with my soul, if I believe it, cause there's been times along the road that I've been deceived with things that people say because of my ignorance. But wait a minute, I thought it was bliss to not know any better and to go on what you feel. But as you progress along, you find out the real deal, that the world's fucked up and at times it's in stealth. That's why I'm steady trying to reach that higher self, despite of the fear that I possess inside my heart, cause I got to persevere through all the bullshit, pitfalls and tragedies and catastrophes, so I can find the inner peace. I'm trying to reach that higher self, despite of the fear that I possess inside my heart, cause I got to persevere through all the bullshit, pitfalls and tragedies and catastrophes, so I can find the inner peace. I'm scared of people I love eventually leaving, and I'm scared of falling in love again, cause it's deceiving, and I'm scared that I ain't got what it takes to make it, or that when I get something good I'm destined to break it or fuck it up with self-sabotage. What a barrage of combinations thrown by Father Time as I've journeyed down the line. I'm scared to think about my family passing on, and I'm scared that when it happens I'll have no shoulders to cry on, and I'm scared about maybe never making enough money, so if I get a chance I can't support my own family, and I'm scared that people don't love me the way they say they do. I'm scared to go through life thinking the way I do. What's that it's full of bad shit sprinkled with good once in a while. I'm scared I'll never get to experience raising a child, or standing in front of the altar along with in front of God with somebody I love and think highly enough of to make my wife and to spend the rest of my life with. I'm scared I'll never get to receive the gift of serenity, which is the exact reason for this little inventory and my beat poetry, cause the world's fucked up and at times it's in stealth. Yeah, at times it's in stealth. I said the world's fucked up and at times it's in stealth. At times it's in stealth. The world's fucked up and at times it's in stealth. And through this song I'm steady trying to reach the higher self. Find that higher self. I'm trying to reach the higher self, despite Despite of the fear that I possess on my heart, cause I got to persevere through all the bullshit, pitfalls and tragedies and catastrophes, so I can find the inner peace. I'm trying to reach the higher self, despite of the fear that I possess on my heart, cause I got to persevere through all the bullshit, pitfalls and tragedies and catastrophes, so I can find the inner peace. I'm trying to reach the higher self, despite of the fear that I possess inside my heart, cause I got to persevere through all the bullshit, pitfalls and tragedies and catastrophes, so I can find the inner peace. I'm trying to reach the higher self, despite of the fear that I possess inside my heart, cause I got to persevere through all the bullshit, pitfalls and tragedies and catastrophes, so I can find the inner peace. 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 Can't help but burn. I burn myself, worry to myself, even with knowledge of self. I try to increase wealth. At least I got myself, my health, and a little more free time to free my mind and spend with the rhyme. Thinking back down the lines, back when I was attending high school, but now I'm feeling like a fool. Cause I'm trying to be a better man, but it's hard to be a better man when you got no money in hand. Goddamn, but on the flip side of that coin, I know I can't have enough to get by. Just getting by in itself is tough. And when I tell y'all it's tough, I mean it's mad rough. When on the toes of my new 3 stripes, there's mad scuffs and rag buffs just won't smooth the situation, which is totally fucked. Cause the next man stepping on my toes leave me in the muck and the dust. Thus, it seems like everybody's in such a hurry to the top. We all argue and fuss, which leads me to get frustrated. Cause I'm having a hard time finding out how to alleviate the complicated thoughts, which leads me to sleep in a lazy boy chair. Don't dare to slumber in my bed because my thoughts lie there, which makes it cold under the covers no matter what you wear. Much like the world seems to be, no matter where I seem to go, I can't escape my own self. Why do I try? Why do I try? A lot of people that I know say that trying's dying, but I think that as long as you're realizing that you're trying, strive to be a better being than you're actually doing, pursuing the dream of having purpose in this lesson being a human. A lot of people that I know say that trying's dying, but I think that as long as you're realizing that you're trying, you're striving to be a better being than you're actually doing, pursuing the dream of having purpose in this lesson being a human. Why do I keep a good job and a respectable occupation, or try with these girls and get into these relationships, when this shit always ends up putting me right back in the same predicaments? But if I don't keep a good job without saying I have no money, and when I call it quits with these women, I'm left feeling lonely. Why do the ones you love always hurt you the worst? And when things get roughest, they always seem to disperse, which really hurts, enough to make me curse. But fuck the liquid courage, cause I know what makes it all worse. So I stay with close friends, close-knit, tight fit, same niche, in life for the same shit, just different hits, pulling us along in this thing called living. I'm giving to the best of my abilities, often gifted enough to see the wolf in sheep's clothing woven in tight with the rest of the population, will always shine bright, cause light always shines into a dark room. If it's not bright enough to consume, it still looms through the doorway. So I guess that what I'm saying is that the lighter side of shit is always prevailing into the darkness, and just knowing that and believing that allows and permits some comfort within my nest, so I can get some rest. So nevertheless, I will continue along the path with hope in my eyes, and will continue to try. A lot of people that I know say that trying's dying, but I think that as long as you're realizing that through trying, you're striving to be a better being than you're actually doing, pursuing the dream of having purpose in this lesson of being a human. A lot of people that I know say that trying's dying, but I think that as long as you're realizing that through trying, you're striving to be a better being than you're actually doing, pursuing the dream of having purpose in this lesson of being a human. A lot of people that I know say that trying's dying, but I think that as long as you're realizing that through trying, you're striving to be a better being than you're actually doing, pursuing the dream of having purpose in this lesson of being a human. A lot of people that I know say that trying's dying, but I think that as long as you're realizing that through trying, you're striving to be a better being than you're actually doing, pursuing the dream of having purpose in this lesson of being a human.
Love you, mama. Mama, I love you.
Just call me Monica.
Yes, I did.
Starving artist.
Starving artist.
Back in the dungeon. At times like this, I think about my life in full perspective. And respectively give thanks to my family for making me the man I be, especially my mom's. Cause you know that after the storms came the calm times in our lives. It's been a long journey to see eye to eye with the woman that I once defied for so long. But she stayed strong through all the bullshit, raising me a wild little boy. And I'll admit that I rarely listened to the wisdom that was spit in my ears cause of resentment. I wasn't trying to hear it. I know it sounds twisted and quite unrealistic, but through my ignorance I blamed it for my father's truants. Therefore, I tried to clear words like samples of dust under the rug. A small fry equipped with a mean mug that later landed me in a boys' home juvenile detention. Another life lesson I wasn't even stressing at the time. And also failed to see my mom standing behind me all the way down the line. When I rewind the tape inside of my mind, I see an image of such unconditional love from such a kind lady. And lately I'm really missing her, miss kissing her, miss listening to her. It took me leaving her to really understand the level of grandeur she possessed. And through this, yes, I really truly wanted you to know I think you're the best.
You shelter me from the rain.
More than just a friend, helped to ease my pain when I thought my life was at its end. I was born into a world of sin, but you taught me right from wrong, helped me become the man I am. You sheltered me from the rain. More than just a friend, helped to ease my pain when I thought my life was at its end. I was born into a world of sin, but you taught me right from wrong, helped me become the man I am.
Appreciate the days you sheltered me from the rain. With all the stress on my brain, you always felt the pain, constant migraines, drowning in my own shame. You explained to me I'm not alone. It's another backbone for me to lean on when I'm not feeling strong. It took 23 years for me to build a bond. You were trying to help me all along, but for some reason I tried to fight and push you out my life because my heart and my eyes were full of spite. But why? Remember when my life changed course? See, I was told you separated when it really was divorce. And since my father was gone, I had nobody else to blame it on, so we became distant. But now I understand it's hard for a single mom to raise a man. I only talk to my father once a year, and I tell him I love him despite the time he wasn't here. Now my thoughts are sincere. I should have been directing my affection towards the one who gave me protection and taught me valuable lessons. My cocoon helped me blossom into the man I am, and the man I am thanks to you. All praises to you for pulling me through. Show me what I should and should not do. I wouldn't be here if you ain't contribute the insight to guide me and the answers to life based on what you've been through. And know it's hard for me to show it this much is true. I love you. You sheltered me from the rain. More than just a friend, helped to ease my pain when I thought my life was at its end. I was born into a world of sin, but you taught me right from wrong, helped me become the man I am. You sheltered me from the rain. More than just a friend, helped to ease my pain when I thought my life was at its end. I was born into a world of sin, but you taught me right from wrong, helped me become the man I am. You sheltered me from the rain. More than just a friend, helped to ease my pain when I thought my life was at its end. I was born into a world of sin, but you taught me right from wrong, helped me become the man I am. You sheltered me from the rain. More than just a friend, helped to ease my pain when I thought my life was at its end. I was born into a world of sin, but you taught me right from wrong, helped me become the man I am. You sheltered me from the rain. More than just a friend, helped to ease my pain when I thought my life was at its end. I was born into a world of sin, but you taught me right from wrong, helped me become the man I am.
Come in? Come in, Signorina. Oh, I'm so glad you've arrived. I can't tell you how excited I am. To think that we've arrived at last for the Divine Comedy. I'm really very proud. And I must tell you, Signorina, I read a little last night just before I went to bed. And you know, I understood quite easily, so I think we're going to skim right through it. You have your book? And shall we start and read a few lines as we always do and then translate? Oh, this is thrilling. Dante at last. Nel mezzo del cammin di nostra vita mi ritrovai per una selva oscura. What? Oh, selva oscura che la diritta via era smarrita. Oh, what wonderful lines. Aren't they marvelous? Now let's see. Nel mezzo. Let me see. Nel mezzo just means in the middle, doesn't it? In the middle. And del cammin means of the road. In the middle of the road. That's not very poetical, is it, in English? No, well, we can take certain liberties. Don't translate as always. I mean, take certain liberties in order to maintain the beauty of it and the meaning at the same time. And for example, we could say, instead of saying in the middle, we could say midway. And instead of saying of the road, we could say along the pathway. Don't you think that sounds better? Midway along the pathway di nostra vita of life. Me ritrovai, myself I found. Of course we say I found myself. Pair, we'd have to change that preposition, wouldn't we? I found myself in a forest dark. And of course we say dark forest, don't we?
It's gotta be karma, y'all. No other explanation. I can't, I'll call you tomorrow. Already made plans, persistently putting in work and keep thinking I can and will prevail. But no avail is how it always ends up. I mean, what the fuck? Whatever happened to that one young buck? Where did my luck go? Am I a scrub and capable of love? How did I end up 2 feet short of the golden cup? I tried to take a sip and golf myself in it, but feeling foolish, getting caught up in the hype. Don't they know it's ripe and ready for the peeling? Wheeling in dreams weaved in my thought theater, but keep falling like meteors. It seems to the earth's core, got hard to endure. It's a struggle I feel now we're fighting, but still my senses heightened when my days brightened by a young maiden. Usually a peasant dressed in tag rags, carrying like bag full of skeletons and tails wagging. She walks up and sits down quickly, but as I focus closer I see the mist look sickly and used up. But so like myself, many others, some I call my brothers, my kin, my family, were sitting silently in the shadows. You and the sparrows in the apple tree, flapping their wings frantically and enjoying each other's company. They ask me simply, why can't things be that damn easy? And I reply, cause at one time we all acted sleazy. Please me with 7 numbers, but still I'll probably slumber, meaning I'll sleep, but regret not dialing. Then the end of the week creeps up like the end of the month and rents due. And it's true, I buy multiple pairs of shoes strictly to impress you, or whoever caught my fancy for the present moment. My ass caught within the hourglass, the sands pass. All day on my own, at times I feel alone. On top of that, I'm lonely and feeling like I'm the only one going through this battle within my own mind, falling behind cause of regret and empty promise. All day on my own, at times I feel alone. On top of that, I'm lonely and feeling like I'm the only one going through this battle within my own mind, falling behind cause of regret and empty promise. The sands pass like the window of opportunity. I'm always a day late and a dollar short, no matter my ingenuity. Continuity seems to be self-defeating. Even in greeting someone new, I got dismissed. They must not have knew the level of words contained within my crooked grin. So I begin to think of ways to win the battle I'm waging. Inside myself, increase my wealth, there must be the answer to it. But willingness to spend my digits still ain't doing shit. So I see fit to write rhymes, not cut my locks for months at a time, along with my facial hair, thinking it'll make me not care about my horrible luck, having something to blame it on besides me. The inferior being that I'm constantly seeing in the looking glass every morning, waking groggy and yawning, dreading the day ahead, and coming home to an empty bed. Instead I take small journeys in hope of finding an accomplice to accompany me in all my nonsense. God bless the child who has his own soul but burns out of control like forest fires or the windy city in times of old. I stand bold in hopes of change of the cycle that seems to be single-fold, losing every time I play, making this young man old. I never meant it to fall in love and shit, kinda just fall into it like a paratrooper with no parachute or boots. So now I'm laying here with a broken neck, back, and heart, Amongst the dark and the nocturnal creatures with features that change my facial appearance with tags, my clearance. No more terms of endearments, I'm all used up. Hang me up with a blue tag at the Goodwill, but I'll hang still. Nobody's digging through the landfill to find this gem. They'd rather pick the garbage off the surface, and it's been a while. I'm getting nervous, feeling worthless. Like why should I persist? Better I'll find a comfort in being a hermit. All day on my own, at times I feel alone. On top of that I'm lonely and feeling like I'm the only one going through this battle within my own mind, falling behind cause of regret and empty promise. All day on my own, at times I feel alone. On top of that I'm lonely and feeling like I'm the only one going through this battle within my own mind, falling behind cause of regret and empty promise. All day on my own, at times I feel alone. On top of that I'm lonely and feeling like I'm the only one going through this battle within my own mind, falling behind cause of regret and empty promise. All day on my own, at times I feel alone. On top of that I'm lonely and feeling like I'm the only one going through this battle within my own mind, falling behind cause of regret and empty promise. All day on my own, as I feel alone. On top of that I'm lonely and feeling like I'm the only one going through this battle within my own mind, falling behind cause of regret and empty promise. All day on my own, at times I feel alone. On top of that I'm lonely and feeling like I'm the only one going through this battle within my own mind, falling behind cause of regret and empty promise. All day on my own, at times I feel alone. On top of that I'm lonely and feeling like I'm the only one going through this battle within my own mind, falling behind cause of regret and empty promise. All day on my own, at times I feel alone. On top of that I'm lonely and feeling like I'm the only one going through this battle within my own mind, falling behind.
Hi. How you doing?
Hip hop,
That's right.
beat poetry,
Beat poetry. That beat poetry stuff.
IQ and SB, Dungeon Productions 1999.
In the dungeon. That's what he's saying.
Tell you how I feel. Right now I feel like fuck it, man, just fucking unplug it. Cause right now I don't want any of this bullshit anymore. It's like a chore that bores me, because in actuality, no matter what I say or put into this thing, people blatantly ignore the message that I'm trying to get across, no matter what the cost, physically or mentally to myself, which often leads to sleep lost in the process. And the process alone ties me turning every time I think I know the meaning, and it changes for me, so I regress, leading me to digress back to my nest and maybe rest and throw some Memorex cassettes in my tape deck to relinquish songs written by myself, speaking of anguish, whether it be about day-to-day struggles or playing getting a grip on what's the truest reality for me as an MC. Giving it all much thought and revisement before I call it beat poetry in the literal sense, pre, post, present, or past tense. But that's me, I can only speak for myself. I strive to make sense, say fuck the rest who ain't giving it their best, worried about having a record in the top 40, respecting the big check. As I reflect on my own accomplishments, I often see the importance of writing the realest, freshest shit relating to the immense gifts that I've received through this music culture and the way of life that I chose with emotion, which I found through attraction, not promotion. What's a commotion? Go ahead and ask anybody that knows me. They'll tell you I love this shit to the fullest and most truest degree.
I'm agitated and depressed. Spend many nights at the nest, but still fight with the rest to get a record pressed. It stresses me so much I wanna leave the mic at the door and ignore the work I've done, feeling like I can't fight no more for underground survival. See, my recital is very vital, but the way people take it makes me homicidal. There's no such thing as the underground in the city I'm from. Just a bunch of punks that love to fuck around in the stuff, because I love the sound very much. But gotta run to cities many miles away just to get in touch with the shit and deal with dicks behind the counter with sour attitudes, having no gratitude for what we got, cause we ain't got shit. It's pointless for me to anoint the city with my message, only then to have uneducated people mess it up and leave me wondering what the fuck, what happened to one love? Did they get checked at the door with the guns and drugs? How did these thugs infest the clubs? Even though I speak the truth, these bitches still feel compelled to call me a scrub, when I'm more of a man than Mr. Gangster on the tube, conceiving a plan to get you all in the right mood for a fight move or revolution. Time for you to pay your dues and your restitution for what you've taken. It's now time to give back, contribute to hip-hop so someday we can kick back.
I feel about this shit. I can't get enough, so turn it up a notch, that's right. Time to let that mind take flight into a realm that when I discovered it, uncovered it, I realized I was quite infatuated with this music. Can't help but choose it over anything else. I leave bare shelves. It's taught me so damn much about myself that I gotta explain it through my lonely times of pain. It urged me to remain on a higher mental plane. It turned self-gain was achieved, and those feelings of sadness and heartbreak, always bereaved or relieved, for at least a time being, allow me to see things reflecting through the ebony and ivory keys, or an MC. So I take responsibility for what I'm saying lyrically, cause musically is how God manifests himself to me. At times it sounds so sweet, it often moves my feet and tends to make me think what a heaven-sent gift. There's nothing else in this world that's more beautiful or fills the holes in my soul. I wanna grow old with you, take trips with you, uplift with you. I swear I always stay true, cause I have deep love for you, and your love for me has always stayed unconditional, and it's my exact reason to flow. Ayo, just picture this dark world without the light of sweet melodies and a little bit poetry. Sweet melody 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 and a little bit of beat poetry. It's part of me I can't deny. I fear I might go crazy, either explode or implode from that emotion overload. It gives me shelter when I have nowhere else to go, and you know I confide in it. My deepest secrets, it doesn't pass judgment on the man I am or where I've been, cause it's my friend, and I rely on it to get me through all the rough times. It compliments me as a human being to the highest degree, better than any lady or clothing I choose to put on to cover my nakedness. It's my life essence, the effervescence that keeps me trudging on this uphill journey. At times I feel unworthy of the gifts I've received from it, and when I plummet, it cushions my fall, urges me to dust myself off and continue, and maybe reach a harder minded too. I can't help but write the truth, a direct result to you. Thanks for pulling me through so far, despite the life scars that I've acquired. Instead of expired, it gave me desire to do something of meaning, and I really think our meeting was God sent. I mean, how else could it have happened? The way I see things, everything happens for a reason. I was destined to feel the love for me, which has been unconditional, and is my exact reason to flow. Hey yo, just picture this dark world without the light of sweet melody and a little bit poetry. 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 So in conclusion, I love this shit more than almost anything else